Hello all, my name is Adri, also known as the Urban Diosa, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if this is not your first time here, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date as I drop spiritual gems and keep you guys engaged as I embrace my spiritual lifestyle slash the shadow series. Yes, I am back to talk about it. Today, we will be talking about awakenings. Okay, so what is an awakening? What does it feel like? What is the experience like? And like, do I have one? Do I have two? Do I have 30? We are going to get into it, so stay tuned. Okay, so first and foremost, what is an awakening? I am going to start with story time, right? My first, I feel like I had many awakenings, or maybe it was just like being channeled stuff, or receiving downloads. But I've been having awakenings for quite some time, I will say that. And an awakening is just a what the fuck moment, or a moment where you've learned something, but now you have to unlearn it, and now you have to relearn it. Okay, so this could be love, this could be in life, this could be in work, this could be in the way you carry your friendships, so companionship, with family, so breaking generational curses or beliefs, breaking generational beliefs, or just like stagnancy in your family. But yes, what is an awakening? My first major, the Big Bang. I like to call it the Big Bang awakening. My first awakening, this was part of the Shadow series because I felt like I wasn't ready to tell this story. Neurotic tendencies, stress, anxiety. Not really 100% sure why I wasn't ready, but I wasn't ready to share. But here I am. I am ready. The Big Bang awakening for me, the big what the fuck moment in life for me was when I got pregnant. So, man, and I've been seeing recently how a lot of like different memes or just like informationalists that go on Facebook or Twitter, they mention how becoming a mother awakens a power within you, right? So what is an awakening? To awaken to something. And I awakened to my power. I don't know if you guys saw my last video. Sorry, y'all. It's allergy season in Vegas, so the next few videos might be a little sinusy. But this was maybe 2 years after my awakening, but one of the journals that I kept, stayed engaged with. I talked about it in one of my last videos, but during this awakening time, I was literally I knew there was a goddess within me. I knew there was magic, you feel me, within me, a power within me. And boy, did I not understand that alchemy. But I was reading more books. I was scared. I felt unsafe. I felt like I wasn't protected. I felt like people were out to get me when I was pregnant. They were. But I just felt like people were out to get me. I started being drawn to things like that rose quartz. I have to still do that story time, but I was drawn to rose quartz for whatever reason. And then the 7 chakras, I was drawn to the chakras. I will say, I've always been drawn to the little horoscopes that they used to put in the little teen magazines back in the day. I think they still do it, but I've always been drawn to them. But at this point, like, I was getting to a point where it was fascinating to me, like intriguing to me. And like, it was even to the point where my boyfriend at the time was just like, I'm gonna come home and take all your books. I was doing so much research. I was developing so much sense of knowledge, not even realizing that it was a spiritual knowledge, a growth in spiritual knowledge. But yeah, like I said, I was the moon phases, the chakras, crystals, like I was just drawn. I can't give no specific reason why. I try to think about it all the time. Again, it was just becoming a mom. I started having those fears of the unknown, fear of not being a great mother. I think I was even nervous, like when they told me I was having a boy. Like, I went the whole next 6-7 months like, well, what if it's not? Like, oh man. it was just such an awakening time. And I also had moved back to New York. That's where I was raised. I was literally in the apartment, that one of the apartments that I was raised in. Like, man, so much family stuff came up also, man. The hidden family stuff, the stuff we didn't talk about, from people's personalities to the past, the pain. Oh man, it just all came up. Even me, the day I gave birth to my son, like I went to my favorite Chinese restaurant in New York. I hadn't been since maybe sixth grade, fourth, fifth grade. I don't even know, but yeah, right. The day I went into labor, that was my meal before I went into labor. So light, love, positivity, but pain. It was just so much going on. And again, it was that what the fuck moment, right? I was interested in yoga. I was trying to do yoga pregnant. Like, how your first yoga class gonna be prenatal yoga? Like, literally, like, and it was just like, why? And why? Because I just wanted to be that queen that I felt, that queen that I just know is in my lineage, that goddess that flows, that glows within and from me, exuberating, right? Man, I just knew. And where did it all come from? I have no idea. Like, even my first set of crystals, like, never once met this woman a day in my life, but she gave me my first rose quartz, and well, I bought them from her. The little small Etsy shop, she ended up buying my book years later. Like, I don't know if she follows all of her customers, I doubt it, but we just had a draw to each other, and I knew she was a healer for me. I got that first rose quartz. Well, it came with 2 and a bunch of mini quartz, but so much more. I got so much more from her. And to look back now, it gives me butterflies, but a positive. Like, I tell people I get butterflies in my chest versus my stomach. You know, when you're scared, you get the butterflies in your stomach. I get them in my chest, or I'll get them in my cheeks, or I'll get them in my head. And it's like, I'm getting that feeling right now. And it's like, to look back and to understand, because that's what it is. You start questioning your friendships. That's another symptom of an awakening. You start questioning your friendships. So friends that I had for years, slowly but surely, year by year, just dropping off. We'll get back cool, and then we'll drop back out again. We'll fall back out. And it was just like, well, what am I doing wrong? And I was really trying to address it. And it's like, I'm showing up to birthday parties. They're not showing up to mine. I'm showing up to events. They're not showing up to mine. Like, what am I doing wrong? And it was literally years later, all of these years later, I came to the conclusion that people project. So we're in the shadow series. So if you go back and watch a few of my videos, I spoke a little bit about facing your fears and addressing your shadow self. When I do so, well, in the past, I was very quiet with it. I was very silent with it. I was very secluded, so like isolated with it. I didn't talk much about it. I feel like that was speaking it into the universe, versus now I'm speaking to help heal self and heal others who go through these same things. And at that time, they were projecting. That's all it was. It was projection. And it was kind of like, what I feel like is like, damn, how are you showing up? It's only because I was only showing up out of light, out of love. I didn't show up in my dark and shadow self. I didn't show up as that individual. And it was a part of managing. I'm much, much deeper in that shadow journey, but it was part of managing, who I showed up as and what I felt, you feel me? And everybody didn't have that. So as I'm carrying crystals and wanting to do yoga and I'm steering away from going to the club. I'm steering away from going to functions or parties. I'm picking up books. I'm not texting much in the group chat anymore. Man, I quit my job. And why did I start entrepreneurship? Because I became a mom. I wanted to be there for him whenever he called, daycare called, my parents called, the babysitter called, his dad called. Like, I just wanted to be there whenever he needed me, just as I am now. I'm present day still. Whenever the school calls, I am there. When the school was painting the ground, I was there. When the school had the book, book club, Scholastic Book Fair. I was there because I knew I would be able to provide more for him, not just financially, but mentally, emotionally, by being able to give him that time, being able to give him that energy, right? So becoming a mom, what triggered my big bang awakening was becoming a mom, and I was ready for it. That's something I almost left this out. How could I almost leave this out? I manifested my son. I manifested him. I prayed to the goddesses. And I say goddesses now because I just prayed to the goddess. I was like, goddess. Nope. I prayed to the goddess of fertility and the goddess of pregnancy. So that's Emoja and Oshun. Didn't even know who I was praying to. Didn't even know the connection was there. And baby, I was blessed. I was blessed. He is a blessing to me. Out of light and love, he is a blessing to me. And he awakened so much within me, just year by year by year. I just want to be better for him. I want to do more for him. I have to get stable so we can grow the family. Like, I want to find love for him so that I can show that to him. And I awakened to so much more trying to learn for him so that I can teach him, so that I can unlearn what triggers my shadow side, or what triggers my darkness, my traumas, my triggers, my anxiety, my depression. And so much of him I see, so much of me I see in him, especially at his ages, well, that I could recall. And yes, that my son being the first thing that I intentionally, I won't forget ever laying in bed manifesting him with intention. And the day that I got pregnant, I saw a sunrise. I might even post it for y'all. I still have it, of course, access to it. But I was walking away. Big little kick it function, not a big, but yeah, it was a bunch of us, and we came in like 3-4 different cars. So we drove about an hour away. I'm in Vegas. We went to Havasu, and as I was walking away, I took a picture of a sunset, and I took the picture because I wanted to have proof of my feelings, of clear knowing, of clear understanding. But I knew something was about to change, and I knew it was about to be a big change. And yes, my manifestation, I have been manifesting my son for maybe like 2 years at that point. And I started thinking I was like infertile, or maybe just like couldn't have kids, or wasn't meant to have kids, or yeah. But manifested my baby, and he came, right? That's my knight in shining armor, my protector, as I am his protectress. But yes, that was my big bang awakening, being drawn, being called spiritually, being called to crystals. I believe crystals was first. Rediscovery phases. So rediscovering self journey, healing journey, understanding journey, still understanding. That's why we here, the Shadow series. But crystals, yoga, becoming a mom, wanting to be better and do better. Just liking to be in nature, or just liking to hear. I thought it was because I grew up in New York, but I like to have the window open, especially when I sleep, because I get to hear, I thought it was because I lived in New York, because you hear all the traffic all night, you hear the trains going all night, you could literally feel the trains. So I was like, maybe I like that chaos, but I think it's a little bit of both. I actually like, the sense of nature. So just being called to nature, just appreciating clouds, right? The way the sun sets, the way the sun rises, just appreciating that. Appreciation from nature came, and man, life-altering decisions were made and transitions were made, and I'm glad to be where I am so that I am able to assist others at this time. But an awakening moment, again, is just a time of what is going on and what do I do next. Matter of fact, what's going on, why is it going on, and what do I do next, right? So yes, hopefully I was able to provide a little guidance. If you want a little more, just write in the comments, right? Or find a way to hit me up. I will drop my website, maybe my Insta soon, Twitter. Yeah, so you guys can stay connected interpersonally. So, Goddess Gang, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date as I drop spiritual gems and keep you guys embraced as I engage in my spiritual lifestyle. Till next time, light and love from the Shadow series with the Urban Diosa. See ya.